right now at Creighton's.
We can get to work and finish this meeting.
6:30. I'll text it to you.
Well, okay. Text Scotty.
Okay.
We've been having going to the doctor a lot.
Okay. Item 8, resolution ordinance and proclamations. 8A, consideration of resolution 2023-23, road LGRF. Mr. Lovato and Carol,
Down in details or?
which
No, just
I think we ought to go A, B, and C.
for this one. And it's
Don't
for
you?
a total.
All in one.
Yes,
That would
okay.
blow their mind.
Okay.
Blow their mind.
Carol did not want to do this, so I got voluntold.
But she's better looking than you are. I can promise you that.
She's more than welcome. So the 2023-23, the amount was $339,000. The total amount, $339,031. Our part, the 75%, is $254,273. Well, I mean, not our part. That's the part that we'll receive from New Mexico,
Right.
It's the same.
state of New Mexico. And then the 25% is what we will do our in kind of $84,758.
Okay, do you want to step on down to 20-24?
Yeah,
And we can go right on down through it. And the
Okay.
next one,
2023-24. The total amount was $207,819. The state part is $155,864. Our in kind is $51,955.
okay, and
2023-25.
yes, sir.
Okay. The total amount is $167,619. The state part, their 75% is $125,714. Our in kind is $41,905.
Go ahead and do Mandy's now as well.
Yeah, do that.
I'm just
Mr. Chair,
joking.
we did want to note this year we actually received all three. So we received school bus, CAP,
Right.
and co-op. And these are all fundings that are set off of
Mandy
your
didn't even
5-year road plan with
At
your
all.
priorities. So we're just excited to have those, as y'all saw in your meeting packet. It's been a couple years since we got school bus.
3, I think. 3
Mhm.
years.
Yes, it's been a while.
Yes, it has.
Okay, thank you, Ricky.
Thank you.
We're now going to act on our first resolution, -23. If we had a motion from Mr. Lopez.
Yes, motion was made by me on agenda item A, B, and C to approve as presented by Mr. Lovato.
Second.
And Mr. Savage has seconded item 8A, B, and C to approve. Ms. Dixon, how do you vote?
Yes.
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 Commission votes 4 yes votes. And now we're moving on to Miss Mandy for 8D.
Okay, I didn't bring a copy of my resolution yet. Okay. Yeah. The,
It says consideration resolution 2023-26 designating the location of election day polling places for all statewide elections conducted in 2024 and 2025 and appointing the Board of Registration members for the county. And then you.
okay. There is no need to add any polling locations. We have the same polling locations: Dora, Elida Floyd, Memorial Building, Jake Lopez, and the courthouse for early voting. So the only thing that was added was the 2 precincts as a result of redistricting after the census. Precinct 20 and Precinct 21, and one was given to the Jake Lopez and one was given to the Memorial Building. So they all still fit in the number of voters per location and all of the everything is good. So we didn't have to add any or change any locations. So they're all the same. And then all the same voting locations. And then for the Board of Registration, Sharon Davis, Tate Turnbow, and Emily Lawn are the ones that were already serving and have agreed to serve an additional 2-year term. The other two are Kay Elak and Nancy Dunson, and that keeps the balance of the parties and fills those additional 2 positions. It was that I can't remember the number, which state law changed to make it a 5-member board from a 3-member board, but it's now a 5-member board. So we're adding Kay Elak and Nancy Dunson. And Nancy, I have not actually confirmed with, because I have 2 voicemails from my, while I was gone to conference. She had said yes, but give me some more information. And then, so I haven't actually talked with her since I've been back to town, but she is willing to serve. So those 5 people and the same 6 polling locations.
Okay, with that, I will make the motion to approve Resolution 2023-26.
I'll second.
And then we have a second. Mr. Lopez.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
by 4 yes votes. Motion passes. Item 8E, consideration of resolution 2023-27, notice of intent to sue regarding the Lesser Prairie Chicken listing decision. Mrs. Dixon.
Yes. I would like to get in with the Permian Basin on, I know we were on it before. I would like to get on there again on the lawsuit. I do know that there was a bill passed that passed the Senate and the House. I believe it passed the House to delist the Lesser Prairie Chicken. But Biden has said that he will veto it. So we're just waiting for that. As y'all know, we went through this before and it was, so there's really no reason for it to be endangered. And y'all have heard me talk about this prairie chicken a lot, so I won't do it a lot. I'm not sure, Amber, if you talk to Mr. Shepherd to find out what the amount is, or if I don't believe that there is a set amount that you have to put in, but I would like to get in on the lawsuit.
Mr. Chair, Commissioner Dixon, I sent out the initial email to Mr. Shepherd and just requested some time when we could get together. Obviously, Commissioner Dixon and Commissioner Criswell are attending all those meetings. We don't have anything set at this point. My understanding was it was going to be percentage based, and they don't know what the cost is going to be at this point. But the Permian Basin Group is the one that we did, and I think Commissioner Greider, you were on at that time initially when this all started the first time around. And so that was the successful suit that we were certainly a part of. This is just the resolution that Chaves County adopted and provided to us that we were able to make our own.
I would like to make a motion to approve Resolution 2023-27.
Second.
Motion made and second to approve 8E. Mr. Savage?
Yes.
Mr.
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Dixon?
Yes.
And myself, yes. 4 yes votes, motion passes. And we are now moving on to contracts, agreements, and procurements. Item 9A.
Yeah, so I'll get started with this. Oh no, go ahead and feel free to come up, Ms. Rivera. So this is part of the RFP for medical services that we've been working on. We went out for request earlier this spring. It has been a long ongoing process. As y'all recall, we did explore actually this RFP process as well as contracting with a local government with Roosevelt General Hospital, which they weren't able to be able to provide these services. So we then returned to contract negotiations with Roadrunner Health Services in regards to this. We are working, and we did work very closely with them on the negotiation process. You will see the value of the contract as it is broken out for the two segments. We did receive grant funding for the medication assisted treatment part. And so that will be covered the majority by grant funds. There'll be probably a little difference in gross receipts tax that the county will have to absorb, but it is within the budget parameters that we established this year within our preliminary budget. So it's a very extensive contract that y'all had included. We were able to negotiate in all of the key things that were concerns, and Administrator Ramsey, as well as the program manager, Ms. Paulus, myself, and Ms. Rivera met with them extensively and had ongoing conversations to put this one forward. It was reviewed, and we did have to do quite a bit of an overhaul with the help of our legal counsel as well, and ensure that we were meeting all the requirements that New Mexico County Insurance Authority wants and expects us now and requires us to have as well. So all of that to be said, it was included in your packet. We're happy to answer any questions Ms. Rivera may want to note some things. I mean, they are currently contracted with, I believe, 6 other entities throughout the state. And the current vendor that we have now, I saw last week, and they said, we're sad to be leaving, but the insurance environment and the litigious environment of New Mexico has made it impossible for us to continue. WellPath is, at a point where they only have 2 now, with us leaving the end, or them dropping us the end of June. They did not submit a proposal. They did not want to submit a proposal. It's just becoming a uninsurable risk and expense in our detention center, sadly. So there's going to be a lot more that we face in years to come. This is about the only person now that or only entity that's really out there pursuing these new active contracts and adding to their client base. So we are cautiously optimistic of the new partnership.
I move to approve agenda item 9A as presented by Amber.
Second.
Motion made second to approve 9A. Mr. Lopez?
Yes.
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 4 yes votes. And I'm sorry, Ms. Rivera, did you want to add something to anything she had to say?
No, just I also see the importance of the services for the livelihood of our detention center and our MAP program. And I think that we can establish a great working relationship with Roadrunner Services.
Great.
We have a great leadership team here, and we have some high standards. So
Great. Since
We
you're up
hope,
there,
we
could you
anticipate.
Go ahead and take care of 9B.
I'd like to request the renewal with A1 Crushing for the crushed caliche materials for the road department. The renewal is included in your packet along with the price sheet. It does include a 5% increase from their previous contract. This would be our second year with A1 Crushing. I'll stand for any questions.
Is this something we went out to bid for?
Correct.
Are they
Yes.
the only ones that submitted?
No, we received, I believe, also from K Barnett. Off the top of my head, I can't remember the other vendors, but they were the lowest price. Even with these increased prices, they're still lower than what initially even K Barnett has submitted.
Thank you.
How many other vendors are there locally that provide this crushed caliche material?
Yeah.
Locally, it's just A1 Crushing in Portales area. And then you get into Curry County, and then you would be K Barnett. And then when you start getting into Chaves County, it would be Constructors, J&H. And I don't know what's in Lee County. I never really got anything from them down south, but most
Curry County. So how many in just local run Curry?
Curry County is just K Barnett is all the crushing that's being done.
Roosevelt County.
Roosevelt County is just A1 crushing.
And pretty much when you start talking Curry, Chavis, and Lee, then your transportation hauling is
So the freight eats you up.
freight's going to kill you.
Yeah.
So it's not going to work.
And I
So we
believe-
basically have one.
She
company.
could correct me. I think K Barnett came in at $18 a ton.
Yeah.
And then you add freight on top of that, you're looking at 21 cents a mile. If it's 25, 30 miles, well, it depends on how far south you go, so it really gets
Gotcha.
expensive.
Thank you. Well, I'm just personally, my position would be if there's any way we can keep the money locally, and give an advantage to our local businessmen, I think that they should receive strong consideration. So thank you.
I move to approve agenda item 9B, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve 9B. Tina,
Yes.
Mr. Lopez.
Yes.
Mr. Savage.
Yes.
Myself, and yes, 4 yes votes. Motion passes. 9C. Boy, we're going to get to have some new blood up here. Darla Reed.
Yes. Good morning. We're
Good
getting
morning.
close to the noon hour, but still morning. Yes, on item C is a contract with Lori Collins for our DWI prevention and teen court program. This current fiscal year, we had $5,000 to bring on board a teen court case manager, and Lori was a fairly qualified person to do that, and so we contracted with her this year for $5,000 to cover that. And she's been working with us. She's had a contract since February and has done a very good job. It's just a part-time thing, and that's what she is happy to do. And so we thought pretty big with our grant writing in February for FY24, and even Lily was on board. We kind of hoped for a high number, and we received that amount. So we planned for a $20,000 contract in FY24. It won't exceed 20,000 for a teen court case manager, and also this person would help us do prevention work in the schools. So maybe Mr. Savage, we might be able to get out there a little more, because I have had a hard time getting into the schools with what I'm doing. And so taking a little bit of the teen court stuff away and prevention work is going to maybe make my position a little more productive and give them a chance to be out more. And Lori is qualified for that and willing to do it. So that's what I'm here before you this morning to ask for the approval of that contract.
I'll move to approve agenda item 9C, Mr. Chairman, as presented by Ms. Reed.
I'll second. Motion made and second to approve. Mr. Lopez.
Yes.
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 4 yes votes. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Darla, very
Thank
much.
you, commissioners.
I'd like to visit with you just a little bit, maybe if you, after the meeting, to see if we can't address your comment about you having a hard time getting into the schools, and see if we can't.
Oh,
Work
they're
on it.
willing to work with us now. I mean, it's just I didn't have the physical time to get there.
Oh, you didn't have the time.
Yes,
Okay.
we did have a problem, for a while. 2020 and 2021, schools pretty much shut us down. But 22, they've been reaching out, and 23 especially. So, yes, we're going to kick off, I think, some stuff in August. We're going to try to get in, and all the fourth graders in Roosevelt County are going to have a little drug prevention unit. We've purchased the last year and this year. In fact, my intern's with me today, Savannah. She's just started last week, and we're sharing her with the courthouse. But she's going to put some of those packets together, and it's a little could be 4-week unit. It can be just 4 lesson unit. We're going to start there, and then we're going to move forward. We're going to do our we've done the I always want to call it Relay for Life, Maze of Life at the junior high with 7th and 8th graders, and then our PD and our sheriff's office are doing some of the work with the driver's ed classes in the county schools and Portales. So we're going to just try to slip back in all of that. We had put it aside for a few years, but we're going to go back
Thank
to
you.
do more of that. Yes.
And Commissioner, Mr. Chair, Commissioners, included in your packet was the wrong attachment. So each of y'all have the correct DWI for the next agenda item. It was behind your agenda. Yes. So you have it in physical form. Just some minor differences on the grant agreement that she's presenting next, but I wanted to call y'all's attention to it.
Okay, if you don't mind, Ms. Reed, could you continue on to D?
Yes. Thank you, commissioners, again, to look at item D. That is, our money is a little unusual, I guess, compared to some of your budget money. Because we have 2 piles of money, as we always look at it in the DWI program. We're awarded a distribution money, and you guys were given that award information back in February and approved it. And then we're coming to you today with, we also in our application can ask for extra grant money. Grant word in my world is kind of weird. It's overall grant, and then you within that umbrella, you have distribution funds and grant funds. Because counties like Bernalillo, Doniana, Santa Fe, they get so much distribution money. That's the 45% of the liquor excise tax within our county, that they actually don't get all of their distribution. Some of it's put in a pool. And so those smaller counties can ask for grant money during our application process in February. And so we were awarded $115,000 for FY24. That's a wonderful. The most we've ever received was right at 99,000 something this year, fiscal year. So next year we'll be able to continue. The main bulk of that is a lot of what we call environmental strategies for our program. And so we do a lot of advertising, a lot of subtle things here and there. And then, of course, going back in the schools and prevention work. Those are 2 big things that we use our grant money for. Distribution funds, a lot of that, most of that funds salaries and benefits and operational. And the grant is kind of like the icing on the cake. And so we're very happy to be awarded that and hope that you would be willing to receive it.
Okay, I'll make that motion to approve 9D.
Second.
Motion made, second to approve.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
4 yes votes.
Thank you. And I do want to say I really appreciate all of your support, because at one point in time or another, most of you have been at a task force meeting or an event or in some way helped us out. And when the county took this on, I know Amber probably thought, I don't know what we're doing. And Lily surely did. But they've kind of drawn me in, and I appreciate what you guys do for us, because it's a good program, and we need to make sure and utilize the money that comes back here. And I try to keep it here and spend it here.
Well, and we appreciate what, Darla, we know what you do, and we know the time and the effort that you put into it. We really appreciate it. So thank you.
Commission, she really is a leading expert in the state. They have her teaching classes. I know she was up there taking classes last week. She was very active in the conference, and it makes all the difference in the world when you have an effective program manager that knows what they're doing. Finance will reassure you of that, and all the grant reports and the extensive part that is required. So what Ms. Reed does is invaluable.
Yes.
Nice.
Thanks again. Okay, golly, we're going to get Mr. Lovato back up here. 9E, request for approval of local government road Fund School Bus Route Agreement Control Number L200616 for $125,000 for District 5. Wow, that is
Dis-
amazing.
Wow. Y'all gonna let them say that, huh?
Sure, I'll second that.
So we need this agreement just to move forward with our contracts.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'll move to approve agenda item 9E as presented by Mr. Lovato.
Second. Motion made second to approve 9E.
Yes.
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 4 yes votes. I appreciate my commission moving this meeting right along. It's wonderful. 9F. Now this is going to be 9F and G is going to be the same, but we're going to do them singularly so we don't blow Mrs. Hamilton's mind. And
Mr. Chair, the control number on F needs to be L200611.
Yes.
That's
Now,
the
I'll
only
move to
change.
Approve.
Yes, sir.
Second.
Have a second.
Yes.
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 4 yes votes.
Who made the motion? Sorry.
I did.
In the second.
Commissioner Savage.
Commissioner Savage or Lopez, one or the other.
Somebody.
I'm looking to speak now. Thank you.
Okay, could you continue on?
The-
The G,
Yes, sir. So the same thing. We're looking for this
right,
contract agreement to move forward.
Move to approve item 9G.
and I'll second that. Mr. Chairman did. Okay. Motion made second to approve.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
4 yes votes. We're adjourned. Meeting's over. We're going home.
Hey, Amber. Amber. You need this?
We do need some signatures. I'm gonna go print
I'll go
mine.
first, if you don't mind.